Hello everybody, this is YellowDemonHurlr, here today to bring you a Saturday special. This time, Secrets of Raetikon, an arcade puzzler by Broken Rules, with interesting gameplay and a totally stunning art style. I originally planned to make it my very first Let's Play, but upon completion, I changed my mind. I won't be doing a series on Secrets of Raetikon, just the special. I'll explain why shortly. In Secrets of Raetikon, you play a colorful kingfisher, flying around in the mountains amidst mysterious, abandoned machines from a lost civilization. To progress, you collect shards, strange talismans that must be released from the machines and transported back to one central machine. Along the way, you must brave a variety of animals who oppose you some way, such as hawks, lynx, and crows, which attack you directly, deer that run off carrying shards in their antlers, and magpies which like nothing better than to play keep-away with your hard-earned artifacts. Each time you brave these obstacles and return a shard to the central machine, a door opens, revealing a caged animal. It took me a lot of work to collect all the shards, and by the time I dragged the final shard back to the machine, I was excited to find out what it did. I put the last shard in its slot. There was a glow, and glowing handles appeared, attached to the ceilings of the cages. I pulled one as far as I could, raising the ceiling with it, and when I let go, the ceiling smashed down, killing the animal beneath it. The hapless creature's blood dripped down grooves into the machine, activating its core components, and it became clear that this machine, whatever it was, required a blood sacrifice to function. To continue, I would have to similarly kill the other 5 caged animals. I decided not to continue. I quit the game and haven't gone back. I did hop on YouTube to look at another Let's Player's video to see what happens if you go through with the sacrifice. Having crushed the sacrificial animals, one by one, he was given a dazzling, seizure-inducing light show. The game begins with an epilepsy warning, and then presented with Pong. Puzzled, he played against the computer for a while, ultimately unable to get the upper hand over the mathematically precise machine, and lost. Then the credits rolled, leaving him unsure what had just happened. I wasn't. Unlike most of the Let's Players who recorded this game, I took the time to learn to read the simple cipher alphabet of the ancient tablets scattered around the region. When translated, the tablets reveal that most of these machines were designed for energy generation, and strongly imply that this quest for energy might have ultimately been the civilization's downfall. Meanwhile, as I played the game, I gradually noticed that the pristine mountain forest was turning into a graveyard as I uprooted saplings for health, or fought off the slew of predators who had it out for me, or dropped rocks on hapless ground dwellers out of sheer clumsiness. As I was doing all this, the hawks, lynx, and crows were hunting squirrels and partridges. By the end of the game, there were broken trees and bodies everywhere. So, this game, then, is about careening through a beautiful forest, leaving destruction in your wake, and reactivating ancient machines that use this destruction to power a meaningless, unfulfilling video game. This game is an accusation. There is some merit to the accusation. The computer on which I played the game was, more likely than not, powered by a coal plant. The same is likely true of the computers the developers used to make the game, and the servers Steam uses to host the game. Coal plants are nasty things. They're cheap, but they throw all sorts of unhealthy particulates into the air, and mining for coal can be very destructive. We, the players, really were damaging the environment to play a video game, and I'm doing so to write this script and edit this video, and you are doing it to watch the video. There is a real cost to these things. Further, it made me question the morality of some of my in-game actions, particularly my health machine that I built, where swarms of respawning flies would fling themselves endlessly toward a dead fish lying underwater, drowning themselves and providing health orbs for me in the process. It was disturbingly similar to how the main machine works, and honestly, I regret creating it, even though it was just flies. You get games like this occasionally. games that poke at the media itself by making the player do bad things. I avoid such games, usually, because while their ostensible purpose is to force us to think about our choices, they tend to forget something. Video games are artificial environments with a limited set of potential actions. I'm a student of the environmental sciences. My education has been largely funded by the federal government and by my college itself. They are investing considerable resources in training me to tackle problems like those presented in Secrets of Raetikon, where a society runs on destructive processes. The solutions are difficult, but not impossible. They require the problem solver to learn how the underlying systems work, determine what his goals and values must be, pool our knowledge and insights with other people, and put it all together to create out-of-the-box solutions. This is how you tackle problems in the real world. Secrets of Raetikon allows none of these things. You have no way of learning the underlying systems governing the functions of the machines, are given no reason why you are reactivating them, are completely alone, and have no ability to do anything but what the developers program in. The whole game, in fact, is built around railroading you from the beginning state of a beautiful forest to the end state of a destroyed one, from the very start when the tutorial prompt orders you to uproot saplings for health. One of the core assertions of this game is that the things you are doing to play the game are destructive and bad. But ask yourself, why are you doing these things? Why are we exploring these ruins at all and going to considerable lengths to reactivate these unknown machines? We're given no compelling reason to do so. It's not like one of those games where we have to travel from place to place, activating or collecting devices in order to defeat a terrible evil. We do these things because that's all there is to do. And as players, we've been taught to trust that when a developer gives you only one thing to do, it's the right thing to do. Broken rules breaks the rules. They betray your trust by deliberately steering you down the wrong path, so they can waggle a finger at you in the end for being naughty. Assuming you get the point. I haven't seen anyone besides myself actually understand that the developers are chiding you for playing. There's another game that famously invokes this type of situation where, in the parlance of TV tropes, cruelty is the only option. Spec Ops: The Line requires you to do horrible things to complete the game, with no option to take a less horrendous path. When confronted with the accusation that you literally can't do anything but be evil, the developers assert that you can. Stop playing the game. Allow me to change some words around to see if the logic still holds in the real world. People say, this isn't right. The way this world works means we can't avoid hurting other creatures. And God says, yes, there is. Stop living. Some people embrace this logic. I don't. It ignores how the world actually works. The universe is infinitely complex and as such offers a diverse set of solutions to any given problem. There is always a better way. That is a fundamental assumption of my profession. And suppose that we as a species do decide to kill ourselves off for the benefit of the other species on our planet, as certain environmental groups say that we should. What then? Well, the eagles will keep killing the partridges until some 5 to 7 billion years from now, our star dies, engulfing our world in an all-consuming nuclear fire. So much for earthly life. Too bad there was no intelligent spacefaring species to spread the seeds of Earth's biosphere to other worlds. Secrets of Raetikon does well to point out that simply playing video games has consequences, but fails in that it provides no alternatives other than to essentially stop existing. The approaches I would use for solving problems in the real world don't work here. The only possible interaction with a terrible machine is to activate it. I can't study it or disassemble it or leave records for future explorers or simply fly off and do something else. Broken Rules made sure of that. So, when they criticize me for playing their game, I have to think it reflects more badly on them than on me. After all, I trusted them and they betrayed me. I know I can do better than the abusive system the ancient inhabitants of these mountains left behind, but they won't let me. Under their rule set, I can only do harm or stop existing. There is no other option, no way to be better. Sorry, broken rules, but that's not how the world works. The thesis of your game is wrong, and you are wrong to try to force me to conform to it. The game was frustrating, but I was prepared to recommend it before I realized I was being exploited. No longer. I am shelving Secrets of Raetikon, and shelved it shall stay. I will, however, be back soon with Let's Plays of less nihilistic games. Until then, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!